Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the MRC show that never ends. Welcome to the land of the rising sun here in Suzuka, Japan. Tier 1 action coming for you this evening. We've already seen a very interesting and very strategical Tier 2 race. How are the Tier 1 boys going to fare this evening? Lovely, clear qualifying session. My name is Mark, bringing you the action for us, and I'm not alone. I have a man with yet another podium to his name this evening. He is leading the Tier 2 Championship and looking very strong indeed. It is, of course, my sort of resident co-commentator this season. It is Mr. Paul Skips himself. Hello, my friend.
Evening all, evening all.
How was your race? Well, another P2. Great race, mate. Well done.
Yeah, it was alright. Bit of a catastrophe with some of the equipment halfway through, but that's not the reason that I came off track. That was purely me. But yeah, kept it out the wall. Happened twice. So it looks like a kind of track where the balls aren't close to you, but they do soon catch up to your car if you start going the wrong way. So yeah, keep it nice and tidy out there, boys and girls.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. You're right there. There's a few places that you can potentially lose the rear a little bit, and
there's some pit lane chaos here. Obviously we haven't got ghosting, but anyone who... We're all right. I thought there might have been. Would that be a first for MRC? A pit lane?
Yeah, I don't think you can hit the pit. Well, to be fair, saying that actually, practice
just on the way out, like.
Yeah, my car actually moved to the inside. I had someone with me actually last night, and that was when ghosting was on in practice. Yeah, that was a strange one, but it's nice to see that the game has other ideas, if you like, when that happens. But yeah, this tough track, this one, very technical circuit, and some people like a lower downforce setup, and it can benefit you in the final sector, but it's that trade-off here, isn't it, where you've got the lower downforce that can help, but then the high downforce can really help you stick to the track. And
yeah, particularly in qualifying, it's a bit of a kind of range of wing settings that you could try and almost come up with the same lap time, but with the race, it can end up a bit of a sitting duck sometimes on a couple of the straights, especially on the way into the Casio triangle.
Yeah, you're right. And to be fair, I'm looking like, if you haven't seen the Tier 2 race, please do give it a watch later on. There was some really good battles throughout, and I was in a bit of no man's land for most of it, behind yourself and managing gaps, and that's exactly it. That there was times in the first sector I was catching you, and then you'd pull that gap straight back on exactly that run through 130R and to the triangle.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dead giveaway, isn't it? The lap times and how they kind of ebb and flow. Who's got higher downforce and who's got lower? As Yestin has, he's given up on his lap there because he nearly came off the track.
Airways disqualified for facing the wrong direction. Don't know if he had a spin and didn't sort of move the car or anything. Not actually sure, but he's disqualified already in this session. We don't know yet the connotation, we don't know the weather forecast, but a 28-1 from Wayne. Welcome to Yestin, first time new joiner to MRC.
Great pronunciation there from not the resident Welshman, but that was spot on. I was going to ask you what you thought that name was, but that's perfect. Well done.
Yeah, I have a confession. I asked him. I did him and I asked him because I saw it and I was like, help, because if I have to commentate on you, I don't want to completely butcher it.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be my job.
But no, I mean,
it's easy. It's yes, so it's the opposite of no, and then not a can, but a tin.
Like
yes,
that.
Tin. It's easy. So yeah, it's nice to have another fellow Welshman, and well, that's in the tier above. Maybe we could have a Welsh team next year, next season even.
Yeah, there's a couple of you, isn't there? Absolutely, yeah, you could do.
Ben,
I don't know how you and the other half are going to balance that one, mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing in
in your household, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So
Willow with a 26.4 already banking up. That's 1300ths quicker than we. So wow, as yesterday, it's invalidated. So unlucky on that. He had a great first sector as well. But Nils had a good race. He's back racing, which is fantastic after a couple of weeks off. He raced in Tier 2, 11th place, and he's actually hasn't got his wheel anymore. He's back to controller. So really solid performance from him, and great to see him back on track. ES Liquid back after a couple of weeks off as well. Mr. Mond is back. Had a great race, didn't he, last week in Qatar, and he, I think it was 10th or 11th, I think he was, in Tier 1 when he reserved. So great to see Andrew as well. And Wayne, of course, chasing you down.
L1. He L1 that race, so yeah, it's hoping to open up a bit more of a gap, but looks like we're going to be at least getting to the last couple of races before it's decided. So yeah, I need to stop L Wayne from L winning anymore. That's the plan, but it's easier said than done.
It is, isn't it? I mean, he is extremely quick, and you're right. I mean, I don't actually have the Tier 2 standings, or actually Tier 1 even at this moment in time, but Bobo is in commanding position. But yeah, it's another one that, I don't know how many points you can afford potentially to drop at any point, and you're going to take every opportunity. 4 races left. We do have the Easter break after this week, ladies and gents, so unfortunately we won't have any tier action next week, but there will be some kind of special Easter event that we will host, I am sure, so do keep your eyes peeled for that one. And to be fair, these events that we do when it is a break in the season or off season, they're great fun, aren't they?
Yeah, the Christmas one was good, but I didn't get to race in 2 of the ones that I wanted to because I missed the check-in by maybe 30 seconds. So yeah, very, very sought after places on some of those because they're normally stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah, certainly. I think I missed one. I think I commentated one. Maybe raced in 2, 3 as Chris on a second lap on the tyres has just gone ahead of his teammate on a 27.6. I mean, that just shows what Willow's got already. He's got 1.2 seconds to the chasing Packers and now beats his teammate. So that's going to be a good one for the Kick boys.
Yeah, there's a massive spread actually, isn't there, with the times, because you've got the second and then after that. So I think people are just dialing in at the minute. Obviously the track, very new, does tend to, particularly on my last run in Tier 2, I could feel the extra grip like vividly, so I would imagine there's a lot of movement yet to come on these times.
Yeah, I mean, I could say I had a very, very scruffy qualifying session. Starting my first lap, I decided to spin out of the Casio triangle, so down to the pits. Just run on the same tyres.
Easily done there though. El Wayne just travelling through there before his lap and not in a full spin, but yeah, it's one of those where you can just end up facing both wrong ways, if that makes sense. Like wrong way through the first part, wrong way through the second part, and then just got to fight for your way out.
Absolutely, yeah, wasn't happy, and then unfortunately the stream did actually catch a big double lockup for me as well on my second run into the Casio triangle. So yeah, so well done to Connor and Saviour for that one. Oh, Sam goes wide through Spoon, but keeps it on track. Good luck to Baby Hornet. Getting tough from the Haas ahead. Use a bit too much of his battery though. Hopefully he can recharge that under braking and use a little bit towards the line. Goes deep into the first part. But is it opening lap though for him? Using the last bit of his battery, and it is a 29 for 11th place for him. I think there's quite a bit of time left on the table, I think, for the other Ferrari. As we go to Wayne, coming through Spoon as well on his next lap.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see how he places the car through the triangle here.
6
I love the braking zone on this chicane. It's so... feel it all the way in, and nice placement, straight over the curb, flat, shortest route.
4th. Wow.
Nice.
I don't know what he got. What was Paul? What did he? I think he did similar, didn't he? I think that's about the same as he did in Tier 2, I think.
Yeah, it would have been about a 127, 3 or 4-ish, I think, because I had a 0.7, I think, and he was about 2 or 3 tenths. I think it was 2.5
I think he was
quicker.
0.6, I was a 0.7. I think just.
Yeah, so it's probably a 0.4.
Yeah, Sarge into third. Great lap from Jason as well. I'll tell you who we're going to look at. We're going to look at, man, just starting his lap, Ben. Benny is racing tonight, which is always fantastic to see. I tell you what, Maka as well in a second. Oh, Benny, bit of a twitch. Out of turn 2. Through the S's he goes. You can see changing.
This right-hander lasts forever, and maybe a little wide going through there. Yeah, he did manage to get flat, I think, up the Dunlop curve, so won't have lost any time. Just a lift, big flick in, lots of traffic. Yeah. Everyone's nice and neat though.
Yeah, I think we've got might be a kick ahead. It is. That'll be Ant, I think.
Is he on a lap?
Ant's on an out lap, but that'll help Ben just get a bit of a tour through here. But you kind of got to work your tyres on your out lap here, haven't you? We've seen a few drivers
it's like guitar, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Front right.
Oh, yeah, actually, I found the fronts were difficult to get the heat into them, but
especially if you've got traffic.
Yeah, as Ant now through 130.
Yeah, you've got a perfect toe there, and then he's just dived out the way, isn't he? So
yeah, big toes. So
massive flick on the way in.
Wow,
really quick through there.
It was going to use all of his battery just before the line, and it is a 27.0 for Ben. Good lap. Let's have a look at, and let's do an onboard lap with the kick. Selber going down with the 1 DRS zone into turn 1, flat out, heavy braking, uses third, then fourth. One of the techniques. I know he doesn't like to share it, but it is there for the world to see. 5th gear through most of these S's. Needs to use 6th through there. 4th through the final part, and then up to 5th using a bit of the battery and all flat up Dunlop. To the left hand side before the important Degners, avoiding sort of that first curve, keeping off the exit curve as well. Nice and neat through the second part. And now spot the braking in a straight line. For the hairpin, different lines can be used by drivers. See a little bit of a twitch of oversteer from Ant through there, but using the battery that he has saved on the run through turn 12. You wish you had DRS down this part and the next, but into Spoon. Difficult, gets tighter and tighter, and then get the power down on the exit. All important to get that exit on this run towards 130. This one you really wish you had the DRS available to you flat out. Use a bit more battery as the speed drops to maintain that high speed, 100 meter board and using plenty of the curve on the second part, early upshift to null the power, and the short run towards the line, and it is an improvement, and it is back to third for Ant. Good lap.
Yeah, it was a nice neat lap there. Apart from the hairpin, he probably lost 2 or 3 tenths there, so if he can sort that out in the next lap, he can put it on the front row literally just by improving that one turn, unless Ben improves obviously, but yeah, very neat lap other than the hairpin.
Yeah, I actually did the same thing in my final run, lost about 2 tenths, just a little bit deep and a tiny lock up.
It's easy to get your foot in, isn't it, too soon and just wriggling everywhere.
It really is. Evening, Sarge. Good to have you, my friend. 26 with a good lap. I think that is so close, isn't it? I mean, you look at Fritty, Fritty's done it again. We always seem to miss Fritty somehow, and he just quietly does his business, but has incredible results and great qualifying. Look at that in 5th.
Yeah, just watching Ben's lap now, he's I don't know whether he was quick or really slow through the hairpin. It was a bit of an abnormal corner, so he's coming into sector 3 soon. Be interesting to see whether he's up or down, but seemed to go basically all 4 wheels sideways through the hairpin. And
sometimes it can kind
down,
of be well,
he's up this time,
It's weird that corner. I've done it quite a few times by accident. It is definitely not a skill thing, but it can
partial lock, partial skid. Yeah,
it is, because then you sort of he's bailed on that one, so not happy. Yeah, it's sort of one of those that it can kind of work for you, if on the right corner where you can do that, and you know, you say you get the car pointing the right direction, and it just sort of, with accidentally, if you lock at the front and then the rears, it just helps that initial part of the rotation.
By accident, yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange, and I have done it by accident on a few occasions, and then I've come out that corner thinking, okay, how am I gaining time here?
Yeah, the problem is doing it again.
yeah, trying to actually do it is the problem. Yeah. Absolutely, it really is. Bobo seems to be doing, well, nearly a last to first challenge. He has not come out of the pit lane.
Let's behave.
Yeah, I know. Quite close as well, from 13th down to 17th. We've actually got only 0.4 of a second, so that can easily change round as well. Even Andrew just ahead in 12th. Oh, Saviour gets wide through 2. Big spin for the Haas.
He's just out the way. Yeah, that was...
Yeah. Wow, just very wide. So he's going to be very frustrated about that one. To be fair, he did say he hadn't had a lot of time to practice over the weekend, and he jumped in last second to help Connor.
Tough track if you've not done much practice. Really need confidence around here.
Yeah,
especially the S's.
You certainly do. You really do. Let's have a look. Chris on another flying lap. He's gone for this 2-lap warm-up. There's another Haas, I believe, the other one ahead of him, who moves out of the way slightly up in sector 1. Very aggressive and bailed. He's wasn't happy with it. He's just trying to recharge. He has time to go again if he has the fuel.
Again.
Yeah, I don't know if he was avoiding Chris there. I don't know.
I don't know, but obviously he wasn't on a lap.
Oh no, he didn't. I think he went to sort of duck behind Chris and then just lit the tyres up.
A bit of a mare. Armour is just about to start a lap, so he's currently 9th. I would expect he will be shooting up the order.
Yeah,
he's just about to go across the start finish.
I'm just going to watch Yestin through sector 2, as using a little bit of a tow as well. 4.5 tenths up. This could put him top 14, maybe a bit more. Last set, he's got very little battery left though to use down the start finish straight. I think he will have it. Yep, there it is. The deployment has been used. That's going to hurt on this run, and it is a good improvement. 14th for the debutant. As we go on board, Mr. Maunt, who actually has a friend of his. He has Liquid. We raced together for many years. Actually, has his teammate this evening, so that's an interesting one. But the checkered flag has fallen as well, so this is the final chance for all drivers to set a lap time. Willow with the banker still provisional pole position. Who are you looking at, James? Who are we thinking?
I want to see how Armour improve, because he's been below where I would have expected at the moment. I would assume he's just coming into sector 2 at sector 3. He's up by half a second, which
put him in second row as it stands.
Depends on this chicane. Decent line.
Yeah, got the power down nice and early as well. He's on the battery.
Very tight, all the way to the line.
Third. Yeah.
So that's where I would have expected to see him, really. So
let's have a look at Ant. He got bumped down to 4th. What's Ant? He's also half a second up. Purple middle sector has a V-carb ahead as Bobo does the 1 lap and puts it into 3rd place.
And potentially looking at front row here, though.
Yep, 2nd place. Great lap from him. So what about Ben, though?
Yeah.
It is, and it's 26.6. Pinched it back off Ant, who Yestin has done his lap. And so is Sociopath, and that is qualifying. So Willow takes pole once again. Ben in 2nd, Ant in 3rd ahead of Bobo in a kick Sauber sandwich with Chris in 5th. Armour 6th, Maka 7th, Sarge in 8th, Freddy 9th, and Wayne in 10th position. Then we have Saviour, Liquid, Nels, good qualifying from him. Andrew as well, good qualifying in 14th. Yestin on his debut. Then Nick ahead of Sociopath, Bit, and Baby Hornet. Anyways, bringing up the grid. So there was a lot of chopping and changing there, wasn't it?
Yeah, track obviously ramped up, and it's one where the confidence is key. I think my first lap I binned turn 2, and I was just saying out loud, keep it out the wall, get another chance, and then provisional pole second lap. So yeah, if you can get the lap and build, it's one of those tracks where it's really going to help you there, rather than just try and smash it straight away. It's not going to work.
No.
So yeah, lots of building, and grid looks about right for where I thought it would have been from the start.
Yeah, I think you're pretty right. I think Saviour missed out on some opportunity there. I think he's got some time to come. Yeah, even to be fair, pardon me, Liquid has put it into the YouTube chat. The grip change that you mentioned, the Spoon had too much grip and gave himself too tight a line. But the race is for points, and exactly that. It is difficult to overtake, but strategy can come into it, and it's keeping the tyres alive.
Yeah, yeah. The mediums, I don't know. I felt like they were falling away from me quicker than anyone else, and then the hard seemed to last. But obviously, other people must have had different experiences, because otherwise, I wouldn't have felt like everyone was catching me on the mediums. So yeah, it depends how you treat them, and what's going on in front of you, and whether you get stuck in, or let the havoc play out.
No, you're right there. Absolutely. I found. I mean, we had a cloudy race, so getting the temperature into the tyres and the overall grip was reduced compared to what we have here for the Tier 1 boys. Lovely sunny weather, only a little bit of light cloud, so they'll be okay and happy enough with that. Um, yeah, I mean, I struggled. I think I went from third down to fifth or sixth, to be perfectly honest. Shocking opening few corners, but then yeah, just did exactly what you were saying there. Tried to keep the tyres alive, not stress the fronts too hard. I think I looked a lap before I pitted. I was like 70%, and then promptly wish I didn't look because the next lap was terrible. Tried to stick that one more lap than yourself and Wayne did. And then promptly lost about 2 seconds, I think. I think it was worth about 2 seconds that you had on me. I think I was about a second behind, and then at least three.
I've got a
But then it
feeling that
was, yeah.
Airways did the cheeky forget to switch to hards for your one stop mistake that I had in Baku before.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was about to. Yeah, you're right because yeah, he went for that two stop. To be fair, it was catching me quite quickly towards the end. Um, but yeah, it's a one stop medium to hard, hard to medium is definitely easily doable. I don't think we saw many two stops. To be fair, other than of course Airways' probable error, which is a shame because he was, I think, fighting with yourself and Wayne. I think that could have been quite a good little battle for you guys up ahead. I mean, it helps me in the championship and yourself. To be honest, we're not going to complain, but yeah, it is just keeping those tyres alive. And you're right, the hards once they came in after about even a lap or so at race pace felt quite nice for quite a long time. And then yeah, last two laps sort of struggle a little bit.
It's a
But
fun track to go and attack is the issue. When you're going through the S-bends, you're coming up Dunlop, you've got the two Degnas then in front of you. It's just this is easily one of my favourite tracks on the game. Again, it's another scan, so it does a really good job of making you feel like you're on the track compared
yeah,
to some of the unscanned tracks. This one you can feel again the sense of speed and just the up and down throughout the entirety of the track. Really, it's yeah, one of my favourite ones. I think there's a lot of people I think that don't like this one, but it's got a bit of everything. It's got high speed, low speed, hairpins, combos, chicane at the end. Great track.
yeah. I mean, before tonight, I'm not
You're
gonna
gonna
lie,
tell
I
me you
was.
don't like it?
Well, to be honest, I used to like it. I've never had great results here. I think my best was is a P2, and once that's it, and then another podium tonight, which was a big surprise. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's one of those I think I did used to like for that technicality of it because it is, as you say, fast, it's flowing, but there's that technical section, the degness. You've got to get that first part right. It's treacherous on the exit of the second Degner. Spoon can be treacherous. Cassio's, difficult. And you're right, it's up and down. It's a real roller coaster ride and great fun. I mean, I do enjoy it, and I think everybody does. I wasn't enjoying it in practice sessions, and then pleasantly surprised. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, practice for everyone, I would imagine, looks scruffy. It's probably like a B-roll of a skateboard video. It's yeah, there's a lot going on, especially when you're trying to set the car up and get your roll bars right. It's easy to just slide off the track like I did on Spoon, really. So yeah, the trick is just keep it out the wall. If you end up skidding across track, just don't touch the walls. Figure it out later. And yeah, you said you're surprised at the podium, Mark, but maybe the surprise is you might just be getting quicker. Maybe that's the answer. You had podium last week, didn't you? It might be you getting quicker.
So, yeah.
That can happen, mate.
I've had that long in Tier 1, sort of fighting for 15th, sort of 14th, and not. That, yeah, I was surprised myself. So maybe, I mean, there is a potential. There is possibility.
You might be quicker. Let's go with that.
I like it. I'm going to go with that, 100%. I like it. Interestingly, as we start the formation lap, every single driver is on the medium tyres, apart from Ben.
That could hold people up.
Ben does
it could
this
be a bit
regularly.
Weird, this. Yeah, it's
he likes this alternate strategy, and I kind of found that my lap times were similar, and they can be similar once you got the heat into them. As the car gets lighter,
depends how you set those pressures up as well, doesn't it? Because I found it just took forever to get the heat into the hards. I thought there was something wrong with the car. I was like, how am I gain time?
See, I found that with the medium, strangely enough.
Yeah, there's no line to what's going on with these tyres on this track.
Yeah, it is a tough one, but if Ben can keep Willow in touching distance and battle with, or even have clear air with Ant, Bobo, Chris, Armour, and the chasing pack, this could be a strong place for him. It's about 23 seconds, I believe, a pit stop around here. And it is generally, let's say, that one stop. But, you can make those tyres, as we did, 11, 12 laps or so on the medium tyre. We made the hards go the 17, 18 laps. So that one stop, I mean, Ben, if he's gone on the grass, he's not going to warm his tyres up that way. Going down towards 130 out. But, yeah, if you can make them last, if there is a safety car, though, generally speaking, you would probably pit.
That's what I would sort of be interested to see here. If there is the dreaded safety car, what selection do people go for? How does that sort of affect what's going to happen? Because you could get stuck in a weird position with sort of 5-6 laps to go, having to pick between a hard and a used soft. Obviously, you go for a used soft, but where's the cut-off? So yeah, we haven't had a safety car yet.
No. Tier 2, nice thing. I didn't save you.
I picked my time in to say that just before the lights start, but yeah, I'll shut up now.
If there is one, it is definitely a great commentator curse before we start. I love it. Willow pointing quite aggressively across at Ben, but what are we going to see in the next 27 laps? We have 5 red lights. Tier 1 in Japan. Let's go racing. It's a good even start from all the field. And a great start, actually, and fantastic start through on Ben into second place. Ben, side by side, into turn 2 with Bobo, but manages to hold on to the position. There's a few cars gone round at the back. Nels Sarge has got caught up in that. Yestin, I think, got through just.
Armour, contact with Armour. Ooh,
oh no, who was that with?
Macca. Oh, second contact. That might be.
Oh, not sure that was with.
Is everyone okay?
Armour, Nels has got front wing damage. Hornet's lost his front wing.
Phone an ambulance.
I think Hornet may have just been caught up in it all. Unfortunately,
Armour's round again. Must be rear wing, is it? Or?
Possibly. I feel for Baby Hornet. He had a great start. He was actually up 6 places early on. That's heartbreak for Simon. Absolute, really is. But
yeah, I watched on board with him. He had a it would have been Chris Bailey going through turn 1 and 2 right next to him. They went through fine, and then on the left-hander before the Dunlop, so I would imagine turn 5, is it? He was just ahead of Macca. Macca was on the inside as well, and I don't know whether both of them knew they were there. Just one of those incidents where there's no movement, everyone's... But yeah, just secondary contact as well. It was a tough one to watch.
Douglas says armour have damage. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, front end plate missing, but if he has gone round, it could be dirt in the tyres, or potential, as James said there, potential floor or rear wing damage. And if you get rear wing damage, it is unfortunately game over for you. I feel for Simon just getting caught up in that. A great start. And Estin as well has had to pit, so heartbreak as well for those two.
On race 1 as well, he would have been looking forward to that.
He would, yeah, and I think Simon with that start would be really happy coming out with turn 2 into 3, and you know, it's that fast through there, and you are side by side jostling for position. Finding the grip as well is the hard part.
Yeah.
You know, as we discovered. And Airways up 7. Nick had a great start as well. He's up 6 places now ahead of his teammate. But it is Willow that's 1.3 armour has retired. It must have been rear wing damage. So disappointing for him this evening. Yeah, Willow got a clean start and got through on the outside of Ben, who managed to hold off Ben. Dropping out the back of Ant. Ant will be pretty happy with how he is. And then we got Bobo, Chris, and then quite a bit of a DRS in just about as well within a second. So this is where, down this part, isn't it, that it's going to be interesting to see who's using the battery, who's got those low wings, because I think Bobo pushing on already.
Yeah, they're quite close to each other. Ooh, Ben was quite sideways both ways going into this, so yeah, he's not got a good exit. Overtake is done. And obviously it's the old generation of cars, so we're not expecting to see the complete yo-yo.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we've said this last week. Actually, we were talking about how Saviour's pitted as well. Well, we were talking about this last week, weren't we? About how the next generation is going to be adapted, how that battery is going to be used in the game. But of course, a bit of an unknown at this point.
Yeah. Hopefully they're going to fix it anyway, aren't they? After the Behrman incident.
Yeah, hopefully in real life. Yeah.
Silly, wasn't it? So.
It was, yeah, absolutely tragic. And it's what makes it worse, I think, is that the drivers have all said, well, we've told the FIA about this, we've said this can happen and something will happen, and then 3 races in the season it does happen.
Yeah, imagine that.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, you've got a couple of guys in suits who don't race against the guys who do, and they're the best in the world. It's amazing, that.
Yeah.
Chris just sort of struggling to hold on to the back of Ben at this moment. We've got a good run out of Spoon. Macca struggling. He's got Friddy and Wayne for company.
Yeah, that battle's nicely balanced there. You've got the 3 of them, Wayne, Friddy and Macca. Just seem to be, I would imagine this one could be to the end, depending on mistakes.
What happened there into the triangle? I don't know if Nick had a late move on Liquid.
Friddy's going into turn 1.
Have a look. There he is.
Nicely
Good
done.
move. Oh, goes
Ooh,
wide.
wide.
Wow. He's gone from the attacker and now loses to Wayne. Just carried that too much speed, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not the gamble he was looking for. You gamble on taking the position and give one away. It's tale as old as time, though.
Isn't it just, yeah. Nick holds off Liquid down the start-finish straight. And that's brought Airways and the other V-Carb into play. So that's going to be a tasty little battle as well. They have to reach the top 10, and they've got Sarge not too far away.
Monster's looking quick on the back of this pack as well. He's caught up to them straight away. So if you can settle in, what's that going to be? 1, 2, 3. You'll be thinking about potential 8th, 9th here on.
Yeah.
If he can just move forward.
Yeah, I think Chris has had a moment somewhere on this lap. He's dropped a second off the back of Ben, and I think now Ben's going to have those hard tyres heated up nicely.
Oh,
He's sticking with Bobo.
Sniffing the back, yeah. into side by side. Haas has gone off track-ish. There's 4 cars doing stuff now. What? Oh,
There certainly is. I missed that. What? Wait! Oh, sideways from Jack coming down the hill. I know how we're going to fare down as Wayne and Macca. Look at
my
this.
God.
We've got Liquid into turn 1. Can he hold it on track? He can, and he gets through Airways, and Andrew have to hold station. Wait their turn. So this is going to be a very interesting battle. I've raced personally against Liquid a long time ago.
Bobo swap positions a bit.
Ooh, no, we're still there. Gap's still hovering about that 1.6 to 1.8, so and Ant's holding station to Willow about 2 seconds. That I think he'd be reasonably comfortable with that. You shouldn't get the turbulent air from him.
Oh, there's a Haas off.
That's Nick.
That would be, yeah. So that has
wing damage, big wing damage as well. What, contact?
I don't know, I just saw he's struggling to get away as well. So I just saw him before the hairpin. I would imagine he's probably ended up on the grind rail after Degna 2.
Yeah.
So
he's missing quite a bit of an end plate. I wonder if Jack tried to move and to get past, and of course Nick trying to get off that. I like that term, the grind rail. And yeah, if he died and then there was contact and he's damaged his wings, so he's lost to Sarge as well, who's now caught this now trio of cars, and Nick has got Sociopath. There's Ben and Bobo into turn 1. Ben gets the move done, and I think Nick has to pit early to get rid of that Airways, and Liquid now into turn 1. Airways gets the move done, and Andrew just sitting behind his teammate. So there's moves happening. So I think Ben's going to be one to watch now. He's going to have those hard tyres in a very nice window.
Yeah, with not too much of a gap. And just catch them back up, wait for them to pit, and then just use whatever grip he's got left, see where that takes him.
Yeah, save here. What happened to his
himself
yellow flag through Tom? I think that might have been Socio having a little trip. All good. He's got bit for company. A difficult one for that. Oh, Saviour got him off track through the S's. Difficult one for the Haas boys tonight, I think. Yeah, Saviour. Just as you mentioned, difficult one if you haven't got your eye and haven't had a chance to get some practice and do any laps. Very difficult circuit, this one.
Yeah, you're not going to get to grips with this one quick, even if you're used to doing it. It's you need it in your recent memory.
You certainly do. Now then, there's a yellow flag in the final sector, which has been cleared. Not sure what that was, but the gap's station.
Baby Hornet, sideways again, Degna 2. He's trying to get back on track, but this could... He's done a neat enough job. I think he's missing the whole of the front wing-ish.
Oh, second one for Simon. That's so difficult. I know he's the one that's unfortunately not been able to get much track time in this weekend and the build up to this one, so I feel for him. I really do. And Saviour too. The other Ferrari on board within 6. He's got Macca and Friddy for company. Andrew's just dropped to about a second behind his teammate now, and he's going to have Sarge for company bits through on Sociopath as well. So there's little battles. I tell you what, Ben has caught up to Ant very quickly. I don't know if Ant's tyres are starting to just drop a little bit. He's lost a second to Willow, so it might have been a lock-up and a mistake there somewhere.
Yeah, and it's about obviously the game won't let you set a one-stop up for this track because, I don't know, rules, but
yeah.
It's probably the crossover if you're doing a two-stop, sort of lap 7, 8. So yeah. I'd imagine on raw pace the hards are probably quicker now. So Ant's time of the race where Ant needs to kind of hold Ben up if he wants to get any payback later on from it. If Ben goes straight through here, which
wow, I don't think Ant fought that one. Ant did not look like he fought it. The closing speed was that quick. I think Ant is just... I mean, we know how good Ant is on the tyres. And I think he's just looking for the points to see if he just let Ben do what he needs to do. fight with Bobo, hope that Chris, his teammate, can catch up. Chris sort of, that gap 3.4, I know exactly what that gap feels like. It's kind of no man's land. I had that gap to you for a majority of the race, especially that second stint. It was very frustrating.
I always think of it as about a penalty's worth. So it's a good gap to have if you can just get inside it. You never know how many strikes whoever's around you has had. So if you're 3 seconds behind the person ahead, it only takes them going off one more time than what they might have already been off, and it's a whole position you get.
Yeah, I agree. It's I think I got one very silly one in Spoon, and that was it. Honestly,
Wide before the second part, is it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I have no idea why or how I did it. I think I just too much confidence or lack of focus, I think, to be honest. Oh, that one.
Liquid and Airways are getting quite close together here, coming into straight towards the Casio triangle. Depending on Liquid's chicane that he has here, if he's aggressive, he might be able to run him into turn 1.
Yeah, one of the V-Carbs attacking, one defending against Sarge. Andrew struggling as Wayne pits early lap 9, start of lap 9. Let's have a look at these tyres that Wayne decides to go on. Slaviot says it is one of the easiest one stops in the game, but yeah, it won't let you select it. It is very strange, but you kind of just do the best you can and ignore it. So Wayne's gone for the hard tyres. I'll be tough to take to the end, I think, from there. Do you think?
He probably went in about lap 10 in tier 2, so I think it's his intended strategy is just get in early, get the tyres warmed up, and then just whatever happens, happens.
Were you guys 10 or 11?
I think I went 11. He went at least 1 or 2 laps. He might have actually gone in on 9. But yeah, the hards just seem to last quite easily, really.
Yeah, they did. I was hoping that I pitted 12, one after you, and I was hoping that they might fall off on you to close in, and then I think it was me that faltered rather than my tyres and just tried to bring the car home. Fiddy's getting close to Maka once again, and still got a second to Ben, and Bobo's caught up as well, just outside of that DRS. So this is where, and you said this earlier, James, where if you can keep the tyres alive throughout your stint, manage them a little bit, just got that little extra towards the end, this is where it can really start paying in, because I think we're going to start seeing a lot of the medium tyre winners start to pit now.
Yeah, it's about prime time, isn't it? But also, you want to think about what battles you're going to have later on in the race, and whether you want to have the fresher tyre for those battles, or whether you want to try and make... It's a tough undercut here, is the thing. You pit, you come out, you do a slow lap, the guy ahead of you pits, comes out in front of you, you've got newer tyres now. But it can work. It just depends. I don't know. I don't even know if it can work, to be honest.
Well, I mean, like I say, you pitted a lap before me and gained 2 seconds, so it obviously worked for yourself.
It's just traffic, isn't it? If you do get stuck in traffic at all, traffic is an absolute nightmare around here, because there's only really the DRS zone that's simple for overtaking. Everything else is just corner after corner after corner with no room.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. It's quite
Ooh,
tough.
We've got an overtake. That was Sarge, was it, on Liquid?
Sarge or Andrew? I don't know if Andrew had a moment outside of the second take. Yeah. Must have done. He's dropped now to over 4 seconds behind his teammate. He was quite close. So Andrew feeling the tyres and feeling the pinch at the minute. It's going to be interesting to see what those who pitted early with the damaged saviour, Nick, Yestin, Nels, they can do, and see what they can do in terms of taking their tyres to the end as well. So that's going to be a fun one if they could, well, not just take them to the end, but what they will pit to next as well. Yestin joins the 3-second club. I imagine that was... Actually, I'm not sure where that was. Might have been the Degners. It was. So Bailey and Maka pit, end of lap 10. Well,
Andrew is right on the back of Sarge. Looks like, yeah, he's taking that place back.
So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do with his teammate. There's 4.4. It's close for a double stack. He may get held slightly, but we'll see how this lap goes and see how Jack holds on with his tyre. He's still there with Airways. Ben gets 3 seconds. Now,
it's going to be a while to see if that means anything or not, but that's going to be on his mind now.
It will, 100%. Yeah, and to be fair, Willow's made those tyres last week. Sort of not really been looking at. Well, I haven't. I'll be honest, looking at the battles further down, but I'm still there within a second, about a second. Bobo, the gap's yo-yoing a little bit at 1.4. But they got 5 seconds, and I thought he would have closed Willow a little bit at this point, but Willow just managing very well once again. So as you said, it depends on where they try to pit. If there is any kind of gap that they can fall into, as the leader does decide to pit. Whoa! Ben's lost it at the triangle.
All the way. He's.
Oh no! Bobo's out! Bobo's out!
Oh.
He had to avoid, and he's hit the wall. Bobo is out of this race. There he is, and we have got a safety car.
What a day!
Oh my goodness me! Drama out of nowhere. And this is just 3 pit stops for everybody. Ant had missed the pit lane. Has Ant missed the safety car? He has. So Ant's missed the safety car, so he's going to probably pit this lap. That's heartbreak for those who just pitted. Chris, Wayne, Macca. But everybody pitting. Ben's put the mediums on. Naturally, he was on the hards. So this is going to really shake everybody up now.
He was just completely sideways across the pit lane then, and you could feel that one coming.
Yeah, nothing Bobo could really do. And to be fair, didn't we see this in China?
Was he on his way into the pits and that happened, or was he not even trying to get into the pits? I'm trying to replay it. I think he was just trying to go for another lap, and it snapped so hard.
Yeah.
That you just parked him in the pits.
Yeah, he kept it out the wall, and before you could move, Bobo had tried to pit on when he would have pitted and just couldn't avoid that wall. And wow, that's going to throw the championship a little bit. I know Willow's mentioned that if he wins every race, but he's only joined halfway through the season, so he's not in the championship hunt. But those that are, Bobo DNF, that's huge.
Yeah, that's a big player out. What this does is you've got Yestin, Saviour, Bet, Nels. They all get a chance to catch the back of the pack up now, and particularly for Yestin as the debutante, he can have some MRC style fun.
He certainly can. Sarge has gone for the soft tyres. Okay. Good luck with that one.
With what we got, 16 laps?
Yeah, 16.
Go on, Sarge.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, good luck. Love to see it. Ant now does.
Was he on hards or something?
No,
he wasn't, because we only had one, didn't we? It was Ben.
Yeah, so he was on mediums.
Ben wouldn't have been on his way into the pits when that happened then.
Too early, lap 11.
So he was trying to do another lap, and it just kicked so hard.
Yeah. Ant's come out in second. He's going to have Baby Hornet, unfortunately, a lap down that goes through. But no, Simon will see that when you do get running. Ben's gone back into the pit lane.
Why is this?
We'll keep an eye on it and see. Well, there's confusion and drama. He's gone for the hard tyres, so he had a fresh set of hards. Maybe just thinks those mediums won't go to the end, maybe just done that. Depends where he comes out, of course.
Was that worth the stop?
I thought, you got a few laps behind the safety car, you could eke the mediums out,
they'll
surely.
go fifth, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Friddy, Chris has actually lost a place to Friddy in all of this. So Friddy stayed out that extra lap, has got the jump, as the leaders do.
He is a bit stealth mode, isn't he, Friddy? Still, like you said in quali, he just, there we are, podium's on.
He's doing what he needs to do, and so Wayne pitted the first. He's on 4-lap hard tyres. They'll be fine with this stop. It's now those who got that pit stop. Andrew in 9th with his pit stop. Unfortunately, he's got Macca between him, but it still gives him opportunity. So and we've got a few further back on the mediums as well.
Yeah, I've just got my chaos calculator out, and I've put in that we've got a safety car most of the grid on hard tyres and varied speeds throughout the top 10, and they're going to be freezing cold. So we're going to have it's going to be rampant, I would imagine, for at least the first 5 laps. People just trying to get their tyres heated up, and the Degners.
I think it was turn 1 and 2, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with this position, obviously Willow was looking very strong indeed, and holding on to the back of Ben on the 1 tyres. Ben, the extra pit stop. It's all already.
Yeah, it's just going to put him behind all that traffic. Obviously the mediums would have died-ish. They would have made it to the end, I think. But yeah, he's gambled on having the same tyres and getting the overtakes done. But on this track, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of movement in front of him with these cold tyres and people trying to jostle for position. This is going to be a brand new lap one, really.
Yeah, so a lot to play in. Everybody who is watching, please do not forget to hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Do join us as well in the chat. Let us know your thoughts. Of course, unlucky for Bobo. Who is your tip to win the race this evening? Is it going to be Willow adding another one? What about Ant? What about Freddy there in 3rd? What can Wayne do? Can Ben come back through the pack from 10th with a 3-second penalty? There's a lot to be decided here. I think the safety car will come in this lap as well.
Yeah. Elwayne in the middle of this sort of top 10 pack. He's on the oldest tyres, so later on, if he does hold for a few laps, he will be coming under pressure from Liquid and Airways. Naturally, they're going to have more grip.
Yeah, safety car does come in this lap. So when will Willow drop the hammer? It's de facto safety car. Back in the pack, up, that's right, on board. Anything he possibly can.
Hornet.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, tries to drop the hammer, a lot of wheel spin, and gets a lot of big twitch from Ant as well in the background. Baby Hornet moving out of the way.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done to him, absolutely. Freddy under pressure from Chris. Can't make it happen this time, Chris. Desperate to get through to the podium positions as well, but Willow just kept it and just kept it. And now a second he has, but everybody well behaved. Yestin and Sarge having a battle as well. I like seeing Sarge back to his good old racing best. I'd love for Yestin to get some points.
Yestin's got an overtake. There we go. Is that his first MRC overtake?
I think it might be. It might be a couple. Yeah.
Contact in front of him, Nick, and...
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot of contact. And I think there's a Ferrari of Hornet had to move out the way. And yeah, Nick, don't know if anybody's got some damage as a move into the hairpin. That's Sarge with Nels. And I tell you what, Yestin having a go at at Bit as well.
Go on, Yestin, give it some hoil, my boy.
Only he's going to know what that means. But I tell you, he's had a look at the inside into Spoon, had a look. And I'll tell you one thing, he's going to come up against Carl, and everyone knows how difficult Carl is to overtake. But Yestin, right under the rear wing, I know there's some battling up ahead.
Yestin's going to have another go into the chicane. He smells blood.
Is he going to even wait that long? He's alongside into 130. Carl gives him room. It's going to be late braking on the outside. He's ahead of the apex, gives room as well.
Hey, this is nicely done.
That was lovely. What a pass from Yestin. Oh, there's got the back as well behind with Sarge Nels and Nick. But I tell you what, Yestin, what a move from you. That a fantastic round the outside from Carly Baby Hornet.
Yellow. Anything else? Oh.
No, Saviour and Andrew side by side. So he gets the move done into 10th, Baby Hornet. Tough one, mate. Tough one. But the top two have sort of disappeared a little bit. And they've got 2.4 and a 2.4 to Fiddy as well, who is battling hard with Chris.
Yeah, Ben's still in 9th there, so...
But he's in the pack.
Yeah, it's nowhere really for him to put his car.
So this is where that sort of that wing level as well will kick in as well, won't it? So we talked about earlier. I think Yestin. It's going to be. I'd love to see that. I love that overtake. Very clean with Carl. And Carl is very respectful. He's been here a long time. He's tough but fair. He's bait and that was great with Yestin. I love that.
Yeah, he's cleared it a bit, and I've just realised he's on the medium tyres, so he would have had the advantage there. There's a bit of a gap ahead of him to Andrew, and then you've got obviously the pack where I think there's some fun to come with Airways upwards really, and Macca involved. Ben just sort of, well, Saviour's on the back of Ben now. Ben can't really do anything about it because he's got that pack ahead.
That's going to be a fun battle, isn't it? Saviour had such a tough qualifying session and the opening part of the race, but finds himself in 10th, and that is exactly why you don't ever give in. I mean, Bobo, unlucky armour, had that rear wing damage. Hornet had a lot of damage as well, was a lap down from him, but that is why you don't give in, because Saviour found himself in 10th now with fresh
Saviour's
tyres.
going for a move towards the Degners.
Wow, look at this side by side.
No.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh, Saviour's off track.
That was always going to happen.
No, I think he might have to give that place back. He's off track and off track again. Yep, he does. There he goes, moves out the way. Oh, no, he's... no, there he does.
Ben, not sure. Yeah,
he was unsure, but nearly lost it to Andrew as well. So that's cost him 2 seconds, it cost them there through that one. But fair play, fair play.
Yes,
there, it's worth it. And
directly on the back of Andrew now, so maybe he'll get another look into the chicane.
Yeah, but Andrew on the back of Saviour. So see if those guys can use Ben's inherent pace to catch back up to this train, as the gaps just keep on forming. Willow 3.3 now with Ant, but he's also putting the same time to Fiddy in the chasing pack. Fiddy just having to defend from Chris, Wayne, Liquid having another strong race. Airways, I just quickly looked at those position changes, up 13 places is Airways, so
wow.
At least he's put the right tyres on this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not complaining. he might have got that second place. Yeah. I'm relying on that. The Elwayne Chris Bailey battle seems quite tight at the minute. So Elwayne's got the older tyres, but obviously made them last in the Tier 2 race. Interesting to see if Elwayne can actually hold on to 5th or even push for one more, but he does have fresher tyres behind him, but the gap's sort of starting to form further up the field now. Not gap, the packing. Starting to close in towards Chris Bailey, really.
Yeah, is Macca having a look into the hairpin on Airways? He is. Who's got the better drive? Airways with the wider line. Macca on the inside. Airways holds station. I hate that camera go away change, so you don't see anything for about 3 seconds and then the rest come through. Andrew couldn't hold it with Saviour. Ben, they are starting to catch as well, and Sargent out having a battle with Yestin as well. So there's a lot to happen further down. Tier 1 delivering as it usually does throughout the field. A lot of battles to come. 9 more laps as Willow pumps in another fast lap. That's incredible fast lap, that one. That's actually equal Ben's fast lap of what he accomplished last time we were here. The pole time was beaten, so Willow's beaten Ben's pole time, and now he beats his fastest lap.
So, yeah, just walk straight through, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The Elwayne maybe just starting to feel those older tyres now. Just watching him try and stick with the cars in front through the S-bends, and it's not so easy for him now. So behind him you've got Liquid and Macca, who might start to make progress on him.
Yeah, but Airway seems to struggle. But I tell you who's caught them. It's Ben and Saviour. They have caught up very quickly indeed.
Yeah, they're still getting held back though with the pack in front. Obviously they've got naturally a bit more speed that they could be putting down.
Yeah.
That pit stop really for Ben, don't think it was the right choice.
Yeah, Possibly. Maybe just thinking, you know, how they would feel towards the end. And to be fair, I heard from another Tier 2 driver afterwards, after our race, that's it. He was in that pack that we could see on our map that we would try to avoid with our strategy and pull away from. But he was in that and in that fight, and he said he had tons of pace. He knew he had pace, but just, you're right, you can't get through.
Couldn't move.
Because, you know, if those at the lead in the pack, if they save their battery for this DRS straight down the start-finish line, and they hold on, then there's not really an overtaking place for the rest of the lap. So he kind of felt stuck, and then there were people trying to make moves, and of course, so we'll see what happens. Bobo, good evening. Unfortunately, up to next week. Well, 2 weeks, mate. You have... yeah, Willow's having fun racing stuff. Yeah, he is a little bit, I must admit. Absolutely, but mate, honestly, Bobo's so unlucky, Johannes. Really bad for you, mate. So unlucky after, you know, similar to China, but you managed to avoid and keep going, which was, well, you and I were working that, weren't we, James? And we couldn't believe the reactions.
Yeah.
That Bobo had, and just unlucky this time, mate, for you. They got caught out just a tiny bit too much, mate. So. But yeah, you got a 2-week interval now before we go to the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, which always throws up some mega racing.
Yeah, good track. Similar to Suzuka again, you've got a bit of everything. Combos, slow corners, fast corners, so another one you need to get your practice in on, and if you've got 2 weeks, hopefully we'll see the best from everyone.
Yeah, I hope so.
Ben!
I love that. Keep going. It's on you.
Yeah, Ben, your mum's calling.
I had a mouthful of drink. That was a bad timing.
Saviour having a look as well. So you got Saviour on Airways. Airways kind of pulled out the way for that one. So
he didn't have the DRS, did he, through that? Because it was so late, Ben. How close that... Oh, mate, I need to clip that. I'm clipping that, absolutely. But that's
so how many is he taken now, Ben? What did he start in? 10th, was it, on the safety car? Or?
Yeah, so he was second, went down to third for Mant. Got back to second, had the spin. I can't remember. Oh, whoa! That save you on the curb. Well held, the German. Oh, but that was hard.
Yeah, he's having a go into all the different corners. He's trying them all out.
He is, and he's on the mediums as well. So let's go back to those tyres. There it is, 9 laps on the mediums. They are not going to be feeling very well at all.
Oh, we got some side-by-side on Spoon.
I think Maka had a look, and Ben's having another look as well. Jack might be feeling the pinch very soon, but he has got only 9 tenths. This is going to Jack may have just lost the DRS. Look at this, it just put Maka on the inside. Why has Jack only got 3 tyres? I love that. That's mint.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, if you look at Jack, I've only got him having 3 tyres. Wow. I mean, okay.
Talent.
Yeah, we're riding on board, and he has 3 tyres. Brilliant. Love that. But look at this, Maka and Ben ahead though. Makes the move, Ben follows through. I can't look at that car because that's just very strange. I wonder if Jack sees that.
Nah, I think it's like the missing front nose, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I've never seen a missing wheel though.
They must have fixed the missing nose glitch.
And moved it back a bit.
Yeah.
I just thought it might be coming us and might come back. Nope, that's definitely gone. Okay. It'll be interesting if he locks up on that right front as well.
Yeah.
Chris is through on Fritty. So we're battling with those battles further back and missing wheels. Less rolling resistance, Slaviot says. I like that.
5th as well. He's got what, 5 laps to go, and he's maintaining the pace on those older tyres.
Yeah, he is. That's a very good point. I think the tow are just helping him. So Chris is going to see what he can do. Could we be seeing a double podium from the boys that call themselves the Prix Sadies? These boys and the Prix Albers. We're going to see it. be great if we do. I think Chris will be very happy with that one. But Willow has checked out. 6.8 seconds is the gap. Nick joining the 3-second club as well with Yestin. He's having a battle with Nels as well. Nels, look, get into some of the battles. It's probably not the result he wanted, Nels, but like I say, he's back on controller and it's great to see him racing still.
Yeah,
Yestin having a battle with Nick. He's through on Nick as well.
With the assist levels for tier 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at my controller now and I have no idea how they have those buttons doing that many things. I mean, at least we're not back to sort of the
on board.
original. Go on.
I think I'm calling it. I think he's lying. It's really smooth on board. You'd expect it to be all jiggity jaggedy, but some sort of nice steering angle and looks good.
Well, we'll be back again in 2 weeks. Liquid just dropped outside with Ben as well. 3 wheels on his wagon. He's holding Saviour at base. Saviour's tyres are not going to feel very well at all. But you know, like you said, Wayne.
Penalty as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. Let's have a look at those penalties. Actually, 3 for the 4 drivers. There's a few type of Saviour will draw up with Airways. Airways probably nip and tuck with Ben as it stands as well. Yestin won't lose any places, so if he continues on his way,
Ben making another move, easily done.
Yeah, DRS on Maka, so now up to 6th place. Saviour on Liquid as well, same place. Carbon copy. He's got Airways for company. Chris can't really shake Freddy as well at this moment in time, so that's going to go down to the wire, I think. But you've got Ben at the back of this pack.
Slightly newer tyres as well. Just 1 lap, but...
Well, to be fair, he's had them, what, 10 laps, 11 laps? And that's all he did in the first stint, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can make them last. This is probably new territory for him. But you never write out his talents, do you?
Ben's starting to make progress on Elwayne next as well. He's within 3/10 really, so maybe the next lap will probably into turn 1 again. He'll be thinking about making a move.
Just about managing that battery really throughout the rest of the lap. Make sure you're close enough. But how many times have we seen it into the triangle as well? A few times this race, which you don't normally see.
There was a lot on the weekend, wasn't there, actually, through there? There was a lot of... I remember last year's race at Suzuka, the real-life race, was the supposed ball fest. There's a lot of overtaking, actually, on Sunday. Yeah,
it was. It was quite interesting, to be fair. People trying it there. And I think, as well, I think we discussed it either last week or week before, that these smaller cars allow the drivers to really go side by side in places that you don't normally go to. Nick and having a battle with Nels as well. He's through on Yestin, so that's going to go down as well to the wire. But this battle for the podium is not over. 33 seconds.
Yeah, just saw him push through Degner 1. Just went a little bit wide. He's maybe it's a little bit of impatience, just trying to. So that's Elwayne has got Ben right behind him.
Nose to tail. Is Ben going to try it on the run? Let's ride on board. Is he going to try it into Spoon? No, he backs out of it. Thinks better. Didn't have the O-speed, but Wayne gets a lot of understeer. Goes one to the first part of Spoon. They're side by side. And I think he's got it. He does. That's the tyre difference. The understeer from Wayne. He'll be kicking himself with that one. But Fiddy and Ben ahead with the 3-second penalties. Wayne and Maka could be looking at good positions here. So could Liquid as well, if they can join this fight with Saviour and his 3 seconds of penalties as we start the penultimate lap. And Chris, he knows everybody's battling behind, but he'll know that they have 3 seconds of penalties. This could be a great result for the Sauber boys. See if he can catch them. That brings Liquid and Airways into some strong positions as well to finish. So There's a lot can happen, and these guys have been. I tell you what, how good this has been. They've been nose to tail always. Wow, that's some glitching from Wayne. I can't look at that again.
Ben getting just as close now to Freddie ahead, so maybe he's made the most out of these hard tyres then from the original second pit stop that he did. It's he's got most of the overtakes done. It's been tough work, but he seems to be.
So yeah, go on, Andrew, 3 seconds, sorry, but he's clear of Nick, so a good strong position for Andrew in 12th place, reserving from Tier 2, so he'll be happy with that one. A bit upset with the 3 seconds, but still a great race for him. As now, we have the leader crossing the start-finish line to start the final lap. With this chasing pack and 10 seconds further back, but he's got a good gap on his teammate, so Chris just doing whatever he can do. What can Ben and Freddie do in this lap? Has Wayne got any tyres left? Has Macca? Saviour's in the hunt with the DRS as well. But I tell you what, Chris got a great exit, but look at Ben.
Yeah,
look at Ben. Through. He is. There he goes. Up into 4th.
He's going to take the Sauber as well.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a little look. Wayne struggling really with the gaps. Macca struggling. Macca's had a moment somewhere. Not sure if that was with Wayne. But now look at that. Saviour's through. This is costing. Has he got a puncture? Has he got damage? I think he's got damage, Macca. I don't know if. Where's that come from? Yeah, he's got missing a half a wing. But that's caught Saviour. Liquid Airways. Time to get through. That's cost them dearly, really, in all this battle. Sure, I don't know if it was maybe with Wayne through turn 1 and 2. Didn't see it. It was in the background. We saw them sort of lose a bit of time. There is a yellow flag, and that is Sarge, maybe? Oh, it is. I think it was Sarge. It was Sarge. Exit deck. That's handed the place to Andrew in 11th. But we are going to look as Willow comes into the Casio Triangle for the final time. Takes another commanding victory this evening here in Suzuka. What a win from him, and we'll be very happy with.
I think Ben might have a look at Chris Bailey here into the. Nah.
Let's have a look in the Casio, but it's going to be a 2-3 double podium for the Sauber boys. Look at Ben pushed him across the line, but Chris is very happy. Ben, good recovery, but wait and see. Wayne's going to take 4th. Ben will finish 5th with Freddie in 6th, just behind Liquid in 7th. Good result. Airways in 8th. Saviour will take 9th ahead of Macca. It's going to be Andrew in 11th with Sarge coming across the line in 12th. Made a mistake in that final lap. Nick Nels as well. And then Yestin takes a point in his debut in MRC. Well done to him. Carl, unfortunately, outside of the points, and Sociopath was a lap down. That was good fun.
Yeah, lots of battling. Not even one-on-one battling, more like 4-on-4 battling. And yeah, good to watch that.
Yeah, certainly was. Some very interesting overtakes. We saw some trying it on in the Degners.
Here, there, and everywhere. Yeah,
it really was. Yeah, it was fantastic to see, and not much contact as well, which is great. And to be fair, that's also what you'd expect from. The Tier 1
I think
boys.
The only major thing, wasn't it, was the first lap.
Yeah.
With Armour.
Yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, absolutely. That was so unlucky for Baby Horner caught up in that. So Willow takes the hat-trick this evening. Pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. And in second ahead of his teammate in third. Wayne from 10th on the grid takes 4th. Ben in 5th. Freddie in 6th ahead of Liquid in 7th. Airways from last on the grid takes 8th. What a race from him. Saviour in 9th. Macca 10th. Andrew in 11th with Sarge in 12th. Then we have Nels 13th. Nick 14th. And Yestin takes 15th on his debut. Then we have Bit and Sociopath. DNFs, unfortunately, Baby Hornet, Bobo, and Armour Red. Well, my friend, that's going to be a tough one, but could you possibly pick a driver of the day for this one?
It was going to be Freddie, but what was that, penalties, was it? Because
yeah, at a 3-second penalty.
He's dropped a good few places at the end, so I think it kind of has to go to Wayne. He started in 10th and he's got 4th out of it. Obviously, punching up from Tier 2.
Yeah.
Can't really argue with that. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Alwyn on that one.
You know what? I think that is actually a really good call. To be fair, I was sort of looking the same as well. I'm going to say Airways um, from
He took a
20th.
lot of positions, didn't he? Yeah,
Yeah, last
in
on the
triple
grid,
moves.
DSQ in qualifying, and then taking 8th as well. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and of course, you can't forget our podiums as well. The Sauber boys, first double podium for them, and Willow just very dominant once again. But yeah, some great racing. As mentioned, we are well. Our Monday Night Entertainment does stop for 2 weeks, but we will have an Easter special for you. But Japan is not done with MRC yet. We have Tier 3, Tier 4 on Wednesday evening, and then the Tier 0 boys on Thursday. So we hope you can join us for that. Until then, James, a pleasure as always, mate. It's been always good fun.
Yeah, loads of fun. Night, guys.
Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. Have a lovely Easter, everybody, and we will see you very, very soon indeed. Good night.